Men over 60, if you wake up in the morning and feel that down there, isn't as responsive as it used to be, don't worry just yet. Simply add these 4 simple foods to your breakfast each day, and your body will thank you in just 1 week. After the age of 60, a man's body goes through many changes that not everyone notices or is willing to admit. One of the most noticeable, yet often hidden changes is a significant decrease in blood circulation to the intimate area. The result? No more morning energy, reduced vitality, and a fading sense of confidence in married life. But this issue isn't due to aging. It's because the body lacks the essential nutrients needed to reactivate the blood circulation system. Many men, when facing this situation, tend to stay silent or rush to use enhancement pills. But did you know? A natural, safe, and long-term solution lies right in your own kitchen, starting with breakfast. Breakfast is already considered the most important meal of the day. For the young, it helps maintain energy for work and study. But for middle-aged and older men, breakfast acts as a natural remedy, one that can improve blood circulation, strengthen cardiovascular function, and most importantly, help restore proper function down there just as desired. So what should you eat in the morning to boost blood flow to the important area? No ginseng needed, no expensive medicine, just 4 very simple, easy-to-find foods that are incredibly effective and recommended by nutrition researchers. Imagine waking up each morning, and instead of feeling tired, sluggish, and drained, you feel refreshed, full of energy, with a circulatory system that's working strong and steady. That's exactly what these foods can offer, if you know how to eat them right and consistently each morning. And the best part, these foods don't just help blood flow, they also improve memory, reduce the risk of stroke, support blood pressure and diabetes control, the kinds of issues older men commonly face. In the next section, I'll introduce the 4 golden foods you should start adding to your breakfast menu starting tomorrow. But first, remember, there's no miracle more powerful than consistency. Eat right, regularly, and combine it with light exercise, and you'll feel like you're 10 years younger in just a few weeks. There's something I often share honestly with my patients, that most of the biggest changes that come with aging don't start with obvious pain, but with very small things. A morning without the usual erection, feeling breathless after just a few stares, or the hesitant look from a partner when the two lie next to each other in silence for too long. These things everyone knows, but few dare to speak of. Because deep down, men, especially after turning 60, aren't afraid of getting old. They're afraid of no longer being themselves. No longer the strong, proactive man who once had full control of his body and emotions. As a doctor, I've witnessed countless men come to me, starting with a hesitant statement. Lately, I haven't felt as strong as before. They say that, but I know what they really mean is, I don't feel like myself anymore. Mornings when there's no sign of vitality, restless nights filled with unspoken worries, evenings watching their grandchildren laugh and play while feeling a heaviness inside, knowing they're slowly losing their edge, their silent role as the foundation of the family. The truth is, after age 60, the circulatory system, especially the small blood vessels that supply the reproductive organs, begins to show signs of aging. Blood vessels gradually lose elasticity, blood flow decreases, and the body no longer regulates as well as it used to. This doesn't just affect sexual health, but also leads to other issues. Fluctuating blood pressure, heart racing while climbing stairs, fatigue during walks, dizziness upon standing, all signs that blood is no longer circulating efficiently. And what's dangerous is that many people see this as normal aging, so they overlook it. They accept it, and it's that very acceptance that allows the condition to worsen. But if you're reading this now, I want to tell you, you are not alone. And more importantly, you can absolutely improve this condition. We can't turn back time, but we can slow down the aging of blood vessels and even reactivate circulation if we do it right. This isn't theory. It's the real result I've seen in hundreds of my patients. They, once hopeless about their own bodies, completely transformed in just a few weeks by changing their eating and lifestyle habits, starting with what seemed like simple breakfasts. I once had a patient, 67 years old, who called me at 6 in the morning. His voice was so emotional I thought something urgent had happened. But no, he just wanted to tell me, "Doctor, this morning I woke up and felt just like I used to." That one sentence told me he had returned to himself. And if it could happen for him, it can happen for you too. You don't need a miracle. You don't need expensive medicine. You just need to understand the real issue and be consistent every morning. Once we understand that the root of the issue lies in blood circulation, the next step I always guide my patients toward is a practical and sustainable solution. Proper nutrition, starting with breakfast. We can't heal the circulatory system with a single pill, but we can nourish it daily, meal by meal, with foods that science has proven to be best friends of the blood vessels. And here, I want you to start with just four, only four, but they can make a big difference in the body of a man over 60. The first one, which you might already have in your fridge, is the tomato. Not only a common fruit in Vietnamese kitchens, tomatoes also contain a very special compound called lycopene. This is a powerful antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation in the blood vessels and increase elasticity in small blood vessels, including those in the reproductive area. Many clinical studies have shown that men who regularly consume tomatoes have better blood flow down there, more responsive physiological reactions, and fewer prostate issues. A glass of tomato juice in the morning, or simply a few slices with breakfast, can become a gentle yet effective natural remedy for male vitality. Next, I often advise patients to add walnuts to their diet. Small but mighty, walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, a healthy fat that improves blood vessel elasticity, lowers bad cholesterol, and increases blood circulation throughout the body, including the area you care about. Eating 4 to 5 walnuts each morning, paired with fruit or oatmeal, not only supports cardiovascular function, but also significantly boosts the comeback of male energy. Many men have been hesitant at first because of the nut's rich taste, but after a few weeks of persistence, they return to me saying, "I never thought such a small nut could change how I feel this much." And I always smile, because that's something I've seen happen to many others before. The third food is simple but incredibly effective: green tea. Instead of starting your day with a strong cup of coffee, I suggest a warm cup of green tea. Inside tea leaves are catechins, strong antioxidants that help dilate blood vessels and promote the production of nitric oxide, a compound that regulates blood pressure and improves blood flow. Not only that, green tea provides gentle alertness, helps relax the mind, and reduces stress, one of the silent factors that diminish sexual function in older men. A cup of green tea each morning not only cleanses the body, but also serves as a mental ritual, a reminder to start your day with mindfulness and intention. Finally, bananas. This familiar fruit is an excellent natural source of potassium, a key mineral that helps balance blood pressure and prevent blood vessel constriction. When blood flows steadily and the heart functions smoothly, the farthest areas of the body, including the intimate region, are naturally nourished properly. Eating a banana in the morning, especially when paired with walnuts and green tea, sets a strong foundation for vascular health each day. One of my patients once asked, "Doctor, can just one banana each morning really help me feel strong again?" I simply replied, "It's not just one banana. It's your choice to begin again, starting with your own body." You see, no need for complex therapies, no need for anything fancy. Just with tomatoes, walnuts, green tea, and bananas, you already have 4 powerful allies to restore your energy flow and awaken sensations once thought long gone. And the most important thing? You deserve to live with a body that's healthy, full of energy, no matter your age. If you've already memorized the 4 foods I just shared, then the next step, equally important, is the timing of when you eat them. Many people still ask me, "Doctor, is it okay if I eat walnuts in the afternoon? Does green tea still work if I drink it after lunch?" The answer is, it's still beneficial. But the best time is in the morning, when your body has just rested overnight, when your stomach is still empty, and when your circulatory system is ready to kick off a new day. Morning is the golden window for your body to fully absorb the lycopene from tomatoes, omega-3 from walnuts, catechins from green tea, and potassium from bananas. This is when the digestive system is most responsive, Blood flows more freely, and biochemical reactions operate at peak efficiency. When you choose to nourish your body at this time, it means you're laying a strong foundation for a day filled with vitality. However, proper nutrition alone isn't enough. As a doctor, I always tell my patients, food is the fuel, but lifestyle is the steering wheel. If you fill the gas tank every morning but the steering is loose, the car still won't go in the right direction. That's why I always advise every man over 60, build a lifestyle that's simple but solid, get enough sleep, engage in light exercise, and most importantly, maintain a proactive spirit of living healthy. Getting enough sleep is absolutely essential. A deep sleep of 6 to 8 hours each night is when the body recovers and produces testosterone, the key hormone responsible for male strength and vitality. Many men lose their ability to control their sexual function, not because of poor diet, but because of irregular or insufficient sleep. I had a very committed patient who followed excellent nutrition, but only when he changed his sleep habits. Going to bed before 10 p.m. each night, did he finally see dramatic results. I never thought just getting enough sleep could make me feel like a man again, he said. And I knew it wasn't just a thank you. It was his joy for life returning. Alongside that, start moving, gently. You don't need to run or go to the gym. Just 20 to 30 minutes of walking each morning or light yoga tailored for older adults is enough to activate blood circulation, expand blood vessels, and allow the nutrients you consume in the morning to work at their best. Light exercise is like widening the road for blood to flow freely throughout your body, especially to the areas that have been dormant. And here's something few people notice, but I always remind my patients, keep a calm mind and avoid excessive stress. Stress and anxiety are the silent enemies of sexual health. They constrict blood vessels, lower testosterone, and make all your efforts with diet and exercise less effective. I always encourage my patients to practice deep breathing for 5 minutes each morning or a short meditation. Nothing complicated. Just spend time with yourself in silence, observing your body and quietly affirming, I deserve to be healthy. I am in control of this body. You know, you don't need to do anything grand to transform your health at 60. It's the smallest changes, when done consistently, that create the biggest turning points. A glass of tomato juice, a few walnuts, a warm cup of tea, a banana, and a decision to start again tomorrow morning for yourself, for your partner, and for those who love you. When you care for yourself each morning, you're not only healing your body, you're also sending a quiet message to your loved ones. I'm still the strong man they've always counted on. So now you know, the issue isn't about age, it's about how we choose to live at that age. 4 simple morning foods, combined with a few small lifestyle adjustments, things that seem insignificant, can actually be the beginning of a return to yourself, a return to the man who once felt confident, full of strength, and in control of his own body. I'm not telling you glamorous stories. I'm telling you about real people, real men who once walked into my clinic with heavy faces, avoiding eye contact and hesitant questions. But just a few weeks later, they returned, walking differently with brighter eyes and a light smile as if they had just cast off a burden they'd carried for years. They were no longer men lost in fear of what their bodies were becoming. They were new men, men who understood their bodies, knew what they needed, and took care of themselves with pride and ownership. You can be the next one. You don't need a miracle. You don't need promises from anyone else but yourself. All you need is to begin tomorrow morning. Don't wait another day. Get up, go to the kitchen, grab yourself a banana, slice up a tomato, enjoy a handful of walnuts, and brew a warm cup of green tea. Do it not because someone told you to, but because your body deserves to be loved. And if you're feeling hesitant, remember those mornings when you felt weak, those nights you turned your back because you feared the look in your partner's eyes, those quiet moments when you wondered, am I still myself? I understand those feelings. I've sat beside hundreds of men who carry that very same weight, and I can tell you with all the sincerity of a doctor, and as a fellow man, you are not weak. You just need a chance to start again. Start from the smallest things, from the first deep breath of the day, from a 20-minute walk, from staying consistent with 4 simple foods, more powerful than any medicine if you stick with them daily. Your body doesn't need perfection. It needs your attention at the right moment. It needs you to befriend it, not abandon it when aging begins. Because the more you care for it, the more loyal it will be to you. And you know what? This journey won't just give you physical health. It will give you something even more valuable. The feeling of being in control of your life, the trusting eyes of your partner, the admiration of your grandchildren when they see their grandfather still full of life and youthful spirit. You won't just live long, you'll live well, live confidently, and live fully. So I have just one message for you. Start tomorrow. You don't need to change everything at once. Just begin with one small thing and do it consistently. Your body will respond with a clear signal that you're on your way back. And when you feel that, you'll understand age 60 is not the end. It's a new chapter where you live true to the value of a man who has endured storms, gained wisdom, and now is a man of health, purpose, and vibrant energy. As men cross the age of 60, many begin to feel themselves slowing down, not just in their steps, but in the rhythm of their inner lives. Some become quieter, share less, because they feel their bodies no longer respond the way they used to. Mornings without that surge of vitality, nights spent restless due to silent changes within the body, leave them carrying a sadness they don't know how to express. But what I want to share, from the perspective of a doctor who has walked alongside thousands of patients, is this: that slowing down doesn't mean it's the end. It's a reminder to begin again, but in the right way. The biggest message we can draw from the story of morning nutrition, from those 4 simple foods, is not just about health value, but about attitude toward life. When an older man chooses to begin his day by taking care of himself, chooses a healthy breakfast instead of something rushed, chooses to go for a walk instead of staying in bed, he is doing something far greater than improving health. He is affirming his self-worth. So what's the lesson here? That your body always has the ability to recover, regardless of age, if you're consistent and care for it the right way. That health is not luck, but a daily choice. And that, by simply choosing to live more positively, each morning you can become a better version of the man you were yesterday. Putting this into real life isn't hard. Tomorrow, all you need is to start with one small change. Place a banana on your breakfast table, a few slices of tomato, a handful of walnuts, and make yourself a cup of green tea. Then take 5 minutes to breathe deeply. Step outside for a light walk. It's not just a habit, it's a declaration of life. See your body as a close friend who has been with you through 60 years. Now is the time to care for it more deeply. And finally, what I want to emphasize most: don't let age take away your right to live fully. You can still love, feel, and connect if your body is strong and your spirit steady. And it all starts not with something grand, but with a proper breakfast, a positive choice, and a commitment to health, for yourself and for those who love you.